Okay, and the first supporting paragraph is concerned with agreeing with the idea that if Abu Dhabi runs out of oil, the UAE economy will fall apart. So if we just look at a skeleton of what we're going to do, so in supporting paragraph 1, now the first thing we're going to do is state what the point of view is. Secondly, we're going to come up with some kind of example. Thirdly, we'll write a sentence that's a discussion statement, and basically all a discussion statement does is link the example to the point of view. And finally, a conclusion. And the conclusion sentence in supporting paragraphs for discussion essays are a little bit tricky, because all we want to say is that we understand why people support this point of view, but we have to say this in a manner that does not sound like we are saying this. We're just simply saying that we understand that people can support this point of view, that it makes sense to us. Okay, so take this away. So the first thing we need to do is we need to state the point of view that we're going to talk about. So we might say something like, it is believed by some that if Abu Dhabi runs out of oil, the UAE economy will collapse. We'll just change collapse so we don't keep saying the same word. Will fall apart. Okay, now the second thing would be an example, and so we'd start with something like an example that supports this let's change the word example, because it's not really a specific example, it's an idea. An idea that supports this is the historical fact that the UAE economy has been almost completely dependent on its capital's oil reserves. Its capitals being simply Abu Dhabi. It can be argued that this history will repeat itself. Will remain true in the future. Okay, I'll stop right there. So now the example that we just came up with is the same one that we kind of talked about together in the first place, and that's that the UAE has historically been dependent on Abu Dhabi's oil. So it is believed by some that if Abu Dhabi runs out of oil, the UAE economy will fall apart. An idea that supports this is the historical fact that the UAE economy has been almost completely dependent on its capital's oil reserves. It can be argued that this history will remain true in the future. Thus, now, so here we're just, in the last sentence, just saying that that this makes sense, that this example supports this point of view. So because we've supported it correctly, we can understand why someone could possibly believe this point of view or agree with this point of view. So thus it is clear why some people gravitate towards this. Did we use point of view already? No, point of view. Okay.